Cerbino, and in this video I'd like to give you some tips how to choose the right castanet for you. I know it can be overwhelming because there are so many different models available. So a few things to have in mind is your size, the material, and how much you want to pay, because they can go from 10 to hundreds of dollars. So to know your size, it should measure from this point to this point in your hands. Remember that number. Go to the website of the manufacturer and compare on the chart what size is going to be the best for you. But if you're going to order from eBay or Amazon and you're not sure what size you should order, I would recommend for women size number 5 and gentlemen size number 3. It's a medium size that fits most of the dancers, so that will be my recommendation. So talking about the material, an expensive castanet is going to be usually handmade. It's going to use material as wood, fiber, resin. It's going to be lighter, have a great fit, and a perfect sound. A cheaper castanet usually use harder wood, so it feels a bit heavier, it has a less refined sound. One castanet I would definitely avoid would be plastic, because they can bend, damage, or break very easily, and also the ones that are painted. They're for decoration, but not for you to play. They don't have a good sound, and they're not going to be very good for you to be training. So now I'm going to show you the difference in 3 models that I have. The first one I like to show you, it's a wood castanet. This is a great option for beginners or students to play. It costs around $30, so it could be a good start. The second one I want to show you, it's a fiber castanet. This actually was the first professional castanet I got. Have it for over 20 years. It's perfect, the sound is very clear, it's loud, and I love it. The fiber castanet you can find from $80 plus, but it's a good investment. It's a great castanet. The third castanet I'm going to show you is my favorite. This castanet has a double box. Compared to the other castanets, I'm going to explain it to you what it means. As you can see inside the castanet, there's 2 depths inside the double box, and the single box is just 1. So what it means is that this is going to be a lighter castanet, and the sound is amazing compared to the other 2 as well. The description of the material of this castanet said it's paper pressed coated in a specific resin. And yes, you can get it in any color pretty much that you want. They're green, blue, white, black, wood. So it's a lot of fun. They look great. So this castanet would cost you around $130 plus. It's expensive, but again, it's a great investment and they do last forever. One more tip I want to give you is how you're going to store your castanet. It's very important to avoid damage, and I'll show you what happened to my wood castanet. As you can see, there is discoloration all around the castanet. And I have some cracks as well, unfortunately, because it has been in contact with chemicals or heat. So it's very important how you're going to store your castanet. You can use a pouch or socks so you keep them separate so they also don't scratch. And if you're going to buy a professional model, most probably it's going to come with a case. They could look like this one, for example. They do sell it separately on websites, so you can put 1 castanet in each side. And they fit very nicely because they're very small in any bag, so that's a good option. And this is a different model that came with my castanet already. It's just a way to protect, and it's very good for you to think about that when you're going to store your castanet. Another thing you could consider to get for your castanet is a silencer. I'll show you how it looks, a professional one. So it's a great option for you to use it when you're training at home, not to disturb your neighbors, your family, or anyone around you. So this one costs around $15, and what this is going to do is to reduce the volume of your castanet when you're playing. When I started, I used to go for a very cheap option, and still works pretty well. It's tissue paper. I used to put tissue paper attached to the inside of my castanet and put Scotch tape at the back to make sure it was going to hold in place, and the same is going to reduce the volume. And the third one I could use as well, it's baby socks. So again, it's going to do the same thing when you're clicking your castanet. it's gonna reduce the volume. So those are great options for you to use. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any doubts, send me a message. Thanks for watching.